We are live on TV with our special in-studio guest this morning, Cody Hall. He was with us a few months ago. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks
Appreciate
for
that
having me
very
again.
much. Right. What have you been up to from then until now?
Same type of stuff, teaching and singing and playing
Yeah.
lots of shows. The band that we formed has done a lot of stuff every month basically since we've talked last. Things from rodeos and bull ridings to birthday parties and
Nice.
stuff. I just did one last night on my own, but yeah, we've been very, very busy, and like I said, school's kind of wrapping up here for me in the next week, so I have some freedom to work a little harder on writing some new songs maybe, and finishing up a space. I did a little bit of a home reno project.
Oh,
and
okay.
Made a little greenhouse studio combo out in my
Oh,
backyard.
nice.
So.
So you have been busy.
Oh, I've been super busy. Yeah.
And then with school, you were saying that school is over, but you still have to kind of go back and that as well.
Yeah. So the last week for us is kind of the marking aspect of things, finishing up report cards, and there are some final exams that happen for grade 7s and 8s at our school. So
Right.
they come in right in the mornings, and then we have them for the remainder of the day to review and study for the next exam the next day.
Right.
So.
And then you mentioned about a camp you were going to be involved with too.
Yeah, so
What's all of that?
in July, I guess the second week of July, I go up to Goldeye, which is near Rocky Mountain House, and I'm a small group leader for a group called Faces, and they're character education, outdoor education mix, and it teaches kids about integrity and congruency, how to maintain balance in your life and kind of choose how to make good decisions all the time and do difficult things. So they kind of use metaphors in the sense of like you go rappelling one day and it's with high school kids, grade 9 and grade 10. So we relate it to like the first day of school when you need to take that step to meet some new friends or find your way down the hallway when it's nervous. It's similar to sitting there on a rock ledge, having to take that first step and
Wow.
trust that you've got good supports and things are going to work out. And they're nervous about it. Some kids jump into it with no fear at all, obviously, but it's really cool. And we do a 5-day hike up a mountain overnight with tents on our back and really challenge the kids. So it's a great camp.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Very
So
fun.
how long is this camp?
It's 12 days total.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's kind of it's really neat in the sense that it's no technology. You
That's
go up
good,
there
yeah.
and you check out, you get rid of your phones, and you're just connected with the 40 people that are there. So
Yeah.
you end up making some really good connections, and as far as I know, the kids love it and come away with some really good life experiences. So.
That's good, yeah. Being away from the phone and social media and games is good. I mean, kids need to be away from that. I think they get too wrapped up in that, and then they get less creative, right?
Yeah.
And that's a big problem. So that's great that you're
Yeah.
with that program. So with all that going on, how do you fit songwriting in your
Oh,
band? Like, that's a lot of stuff going on.
I've turned into a bit of a night owl, and I think honestly that I'm starting to learn that now. You can hear it in my voice. I'm starting to realize that going too much and pushing too hard all the time is probably not great for me. So I have to be kind of creative about when I get my practices in. I've got 3 kids at home too that take up a lot of time, and I kind of reserve an hour a night after the bedtime routine and whatnot to kind of go out and play. But like I said, then sometimes I need to just remind myself, hey, it's okay not to practice tonight.
Right.
Go get some sleep and like
Right.
get feeling better. But
And how old are your kids?
they're 7, 5, and 3.
Oh, wow, they're still
So-
quite young yet.
Yeah. Yeah,
Keep
very
you
busy,
hopping.
but yeah, I wouldn't trade them for the world. They're awesome.
Good.
And yeah, they're starting to, like I said, I built that little music studio, which is a glorified shed with my stuff inside it.
So you're able to record in there, or
A
or
little
just
bit.
play?
Yeah, I play mostly. I can record on my cell phone like it's
Okay,
possible,
yeah.
and I've done a decent job of reducing like vibrations and whatnot, soundproofing itself.
Yeah, and that's
not
a
so
real
much.
trick to that, because you know, when you can get the soundproofing in that, it really makes the
Huge
music
difference.
sound better too, right?
Yeah, so it's kind of nice. But anyways, they've been out a little bit. My drummer Lincoln gave us this set of drums that they've been smashing around.
Well, that's cool.
Trying to teach myself, but
Yeah.
I'm not a drummer. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, hey, it's good to be a multi-instrumentalist
Yeah.
and to learn
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Well,
I mean, you
that's-
think of all the famous musicians and singers that can play everything. A lot of them, you know, maybe they just picked up a guitar and then they go, oh, I want to do the piano, and they
Yeah.
taught themselves, and that's good,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's why I'm so excited to finally have
Yeah.
that little space that's out of my house, and I can actually tinker around and play drums. And I was like, I've never had that opportunity before without them, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of the cool thing about that perspective, or this perspective, is
Mm-hmm.
just trying new things and figuring out what you like,
Right,
and maybe
yeah.
maybe you can become good at it. And who knows, right?
Yeah. Right.
Playing guitar was the same way. I had one in my house growing up as a kid for, I think I've told this story before, but it was there since I was 5 years old, and I never played it until I was 20, maybe.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's just about just deciding what you like and when you like it, and kind of being patient through the process, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you told us a little bit last time you were here, you know, about your inspiration for writing songs and stuff.
Yeah.
You've done some new stuff,
Yeah,
right? You've got
lots.
some new material, right?
Yeah.
That's great. So what was your inspiration for some of this new stuff that you've written?
Honestly, this new stuff has been more of a challenge in terms of like, this is going to sound really weird, but writing songs that I think people will want to listen to.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot less real life stories, or something that I've been like, had a day and, oh, I need to write this down.
Yeah.
But more of like, I'll catch a hook or a phrase, and then kind of tell myself a story of what that might look like. And yeah, for instance, like this one song, I call it "Let It Rain." I'll actually play it later.
Okay, cool.
It's kind of written for farmers. I don't know what it is, but I found myself thinking a lot about growing up on a farm this last month, and how there's always so much work to do. I think.
Yeah.
We develop
That's
this,
true.
this
That is
workaholic
true.
mentality.
24/7.
Yeah. And it would cause problems, right? The
Yeah.
more stressed you become, everybody gets on each other's nerves and you fight. And then all of a sudden it would rain on a farm and everything just stopped. And people would get back together and be like, this is amazing. Like how cleansing it was metaphorically, like for a rainstorm to happen, and just as a group too, it always brought this sense of calm. And
Yeah.
it's kind of a cool song that I just played off that and then
Yeah.
turned it into this like love song, country
Yeah.
style.
Well, that's great that, you know, you're able to do that, and it's important to find that hook, because there are some songs that really appeal to your heart and connect with people, but there's also ones that also have that hook,
Yeah.
where it's just a catchy tune that you know
Yeah.
they're going to listen to, and that's good that you did that, because that'll, you know, take
Yeah.
you to the next level too. So that's great. Yeah. So you can do some songs for us in studio, right?
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, great. That's awesome. So maybe we'll get you to do one right now. We'll chat a little bit more after. What song are you going to do right now?
Okay, well, I just did the intro for "Let It Rain," so you know
Okay,
what?
let's do that one.
Let's do it. It's fresh. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Live here on Feel the Beat with DJ B, Cody Hall with his new song, Let It Rain.
Let it rain. The crops need to grow. I'm out here, and you need me home. Yeah, I'm working like a dog since the sun come up. Driving this tractor, stuck in this road. Let it rain. I'm tired of this heat.
all this tension between you and me, fighting every night about working too much. It's driving these gears without pumping the clutch. I'm spinning my tires in this mud that we made. There's a storm raging at home, a sky full of gray, but I know we'll sort it out. The source of this pain, it always works out that way. When it rains, let it rain. Settle the dust, let tonight be about us. Yeah, this storm clouds are rolling, bring on the lightning. I can't remember why we were fighting. I'm spinning my tires in this mud that we made. There's a storm raging at home, the sky full of gray, and I know we'll sort it out. The source of this pain, it always works out that way. When it rains, let it rain. The crops need to grow. I'm out here, and you need me home.
Awesome. Great. That's a great song. Thank you
Thanks.
very much for
Yeah.
playing that. You are listening live to Feel the Beat with DJ B here on Jess FM, live downtown Lethbridge with our special guest Cody Hall this morning. Just did a great tune for us that he wrote about growing up on the farm and stuff. He explained a little bit about what that was about. So your music,
Yeah.
how would you classify it? Is it country or is it a little bit of country rock together? Or what would you
I've
call
been
it?
trying to answer that question for 2 years, for sure. I've been trying to answer that question because I ask myself all the time.
Uh-huh.
And I think romantically, I want it to be country. I
Mhm.
grew up on a farm, and like, truth be told, probably until I was 8, 10 years old, that was my thing. I listened to country music with my parents, and then I got into that rebellious stage, and
Mhm.
I heard Green Day and The Offspring and all of that, and I remember buying a White Zombie CD, and I felt like such a bad, right?
Badass.
And it went through that phase, and then in university even I picked up a guitar, and all I wanted to learn were these emo songs at the time, like Dashboard Confessionals.
Oh wow.
And it wasn't until probably 5 years ago that I started like really, well, maybe more than 5 years. Yeah. Doesn't really matter, but really got into country again and started listening, and this stadium country that's out now, the feel good boom chick drum beats and,
Right.
and everything that's catchy, and I like it, and there's a place for it in music, like but I with that there and old country and outlaw country, I don't know where I fit. I think of it as I just make music, and whoever wants to listen to it can listen to it. Does that make it tough for marketing? Absolutely, because I want to find a niche,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But in the same sense, I really enjoy the ability to play with my band and have it sound like a rock country or a stadium country kind of sound, where it's that upbeat, everything makes people want to dance, and then it's really fun too to go and play a birthday party like last night and sit back and tone everything down and slow it down and play stuff like rap music, right? Like Old Town Road or whatever. You slow that down and turn it into something, and people last night were like, I just couldn't put my finger on what was that song. And I was like, here's the chorus again.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my goodness. So you can change things and make it fun.
Yeah.
And
I think finding your own niche, whatever it's called, is important because that identifies you, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, whether you combine outlaw country with, you know, the stadium stuff, right? A
Yeah.
bit. It's finding that niche, and that's a hard to do,
yeah.
like you say. But when you can, like you know what
Yeah.
your music is, and that's the important
and
part,
you
right?
go after it.
But you know what you want, you go after it. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So, of the artists that influenced you music-wise, and we talked about this a little bit before, but is there one particular artist that you say, oh man, you know, every time I hear that music, or I want to write like him, or write, you know, or sing like that person, or, you know, tell the story like that person, connect like that person, who would that be?
Yeah, that's a good question too, because there's lots, and I have so many stories from concerts. But I think the one is Brent Smith from Shinedown.
Yeah.
I had a chance to see Shinedown in Calgary at McEwen Hall, and it's a pretty small venue, right?
Mhm.
Standing room, there's no seats, and we stood maybe 10 rows back, and it was just an incredible show. He told a story for every song, and you could tell that he was invested in singing the songs. It wasn't something that was written and given to him and he performed it for money, but he was sharing he was sharing everything that he had put into the songs, and it was a really cool concert. And then on top of that, they do an incredible version of Simple Man.
Okay.
And the story there, to my understanding, I had a good buddy that followed along, but Shinedown originally had a bassist, I believe, who was a descendant somehow of Leonard Skinner.
Oh, wow.
So that's how they kind of got the rights, I guess, to perform this song, and they did it a few times, and it was mind-blowing. Like, the YouTube videos are out there.
Yeah.
It's such a good cover.
That's cool.
And we got to this show, and I was expecting it, and there had been a falling out, and this bass player was gone, and they didn't play Simple Man, and I was like,
oh no.
I was so upset,
Oh,
but in
no.
the same sense, I
Yeah.
was like, I can't even, like, as much as I wanted to hear that song, that's how good the rest of the show
Yeah.
was, is I still remember it as, no, this
Mhm.
is what I need to be like when I play, because he was so good, and vocal range and lyrics and
Right.
thoughtfulness of what he's writing
Yeah.
is very, very good.
Okay, well, awesome. That's great. So we're gonna get you to do another tune. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Another acoustic tune.
You bet.
What one are you gonna do? What's the song about?
Oh, let's go with another new one.
Yeah, let's do that. That would be
it's-
great.
I don't even know what it's called yet, but it's kind of cool too, and it plays into wanting to write a song that people want to listen to. So I know nothing about the story in this. I just
Okay.
know that it was a catchy little mix
Cool.
of words and chords that went together, and it's completely different than what I normally do. So
Let's do it.
yeah.
Cody Hall with his yet unnamed tune live on guitar on Jess FM. Feel the beat.
If I thought I'd be standing here like this, I've always been on the wrong side of that romantic line. And if I dreamed I'd be lucky enough for your kiss, yeah, I'm standing on your porch after the night of my life. And if I dreamed that I'd fall so hard so fast, I had on one track mind that I was gonna make it alone. Yeah, I never saw it coming when I met you in the summer. You were cooler than the others, nothing like I'd ever seen. And then you were gone. Then you were gone. But it's too late to look for you, son. Sit on July, baby, I'm high on a look from you. But all I see in your eyes is goodbye. I bet you think that I've been doing fine since you left me. But the last time silence. Yeah, those summer flings and dance beat like 10 lines that fade away. Ain't no back road, leap on 4x4 bringing you my way. Yeah, it's too late to look for you, son. Set on July, baby, I'm high on the look from you, but all I see in your eyes is goodbye. I want to look from you, but all I see in your eyes. I want to look from you, but all I see in your eyes. Yeah, it's too late to look for you, son. Set on July, baby, I'm I want to look from you, but all I see in your eyes is goodbye.
Great song. Nice. Yeah, I know. That's really good. Really cool. Awesome. So yeah, you need to come up with a great catchy title for that. One word title for that would just rock it big time.
I
Gone,
think,
goodbye, something
yeah,
like that, right?
Yeah,
Would be cool, yeah.
It was it was fun to write that one though, because like normally my songs are, I wouldn't say all ballads, but they're like, there's some rocky feel.
Yeah.
That one is definitely a pop song.
Yeah.
If I've ever
Yeah.
written a pop
Yeah.
song. So yeah, a fun little challenge that day, and
Right
I'm
on.
kind of
Oh,
happy with
that's-
the result. Yeah.
No, that's great. So you've been busy. So where all of you've been playing around just Lethbridge, or where have you gone?
No, so going all the way back to, I don't know, like start of the year, February, we were playing. No, I won't even go back that far. The big one that we started with the band was in Claresholm, the Chad Bestplug Invitational Bull
Okay.
Riding, and
Okay.
it was like, I don't know if you've ever heard of these events, but he's got a company called Alpha Bull, and they do some clothing and merchandise, but they put on bull ridings, and it's this incredibly high energy, testosterone filled bull riding.
I
and then they
DJ'd
have-
one time.
Oh man, they're
Crazy.
incredible.
Yeah.
So they bull ride, and then they intermission, and then they have bull fighting, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow. So we got to play right after one
Nice.
of those one
Yeah.
of those shows,
That's
and
awesome.
it's just the energy level was incredible. And then we played the Stavely Rodeo, so that was again
Oh,
in
nice.
Stavely,
Yeah.
in the arena, so people were dancing on dirt and having a good time.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've done a lot of stuff near home lately,
Uh-huh.
to do with just like agricultural stuff, so farming, and then actually in the fall we had this really cool show there at the foot of the bar. So the Stavely Hotel is like this iconic building for everyone that lives around there. We just
Yeah.
kind of set up our stage right underneath the Stavely Hotel sign and played there, and that was a really cool one. And now we've done several private events. That's
Great.
been the thing keeping us really busy, is people reaching out on Facebook through Messenger or
Yeah.
shooting emails. I finally got business cards so I can hand them out, and I'm getting lots of
Great.
people asking and inquiring, and even just little house parties.
Great, yeah. Cool.
That seems to be something that people are into these days.
Cool, yeah. I mean, venue's cheap, right? So they don't have to do that, but a lot of them have big backyards, and it works quite well, right?
Yeah, it's
Cool.
becoming cool too that's allowed, and
Yeah.
I really enjoy it in the sense that it forces people to like get out of your house and, if nothing else, talk to your neighbor and say, hey, this is happening, but invite them over and create this block party and community feel.
Yeah.
And we talked about it before, right? Losing cell phones and losing that instant communication. Well, let's do it in person, face to face again.
Yeah, and there's more of that needed, even
Yeah.
with this type of thing, right? Even people are on their cell phones,
Yeah.
24/7. It seems like, whether it's, texting or whether it's Facebook or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Lose it. Get into music, get into whatever, right?
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's just there's so many things in life that you can do. And
Yeah.
I mean, I choose music, and I choose sports and teaching because it connects. But like, there's things to be said for every walk of life and how you can kind of.
Yeah, there is, for sure. And the thing is with time, right? You waste time, you can't get that back.
Yeah.
There's no do-overs with time. you know, right? It's gone,
Yeah.
and then you regret it, right? So you got to make the most of it, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the thing too. It's funny that you bring up time because we at school we just finished Indigenous Peoples Day and the summer solstice, and then I watched this video posted. My uncle posted this video and he talked about time, and we put so much emphasis into it, right?
Uh-huh,
It's like
uh-huh.
at this time I'm here and here and here.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. You look back and the idea of just you start a job and everybody pitch in, and when it's done, you move on to the next job. I really like that.
Yeah, it's nicer that way. It's more laid back. Like
Yeah.
we're so constrained to or stuck to time these days, right? You know, everything's on the calendar and the phone. I got this, and this, right?
Yeah.
And that can be stressful sometimes too, but that's the way society is. But, you know, sometimes, the old farm mentality, let's just get it done when it gets done, and after that you have a big barbecue. You know, that's kind of the mentality, and it gets done, but it's just, it builds that community, which is really good too, right? So, right on. You're listening and watching live Feel the Beat with DJB here on Jess FM. Thank you for tuning in this morning. We have live in studio Cody Hall, a great singer-songwriter here in Lethbridge, teacher as well, involved with the youth lives and stuff like that with a camp that he's going to be called Faces, right?
Yeah, you bet.
Right? And he's going to be involved with as well, so that's great. We're going to get him to do one more track here, one more tune before he leaves us this morning, before we let him go.
For sure.
Right? So what's this tune that you're going to do for us? What would you like to do?
Well, you know what? I should play something off of the new album.
Yeah, please
Actually,
do that. That
let
would
me-
be
Let me
awesome.
grab it. And
Okay.
then we'll do a roulette.
Okay.
Just smack your finger on the
Okay, we will do that. He will be right back in 2 seconds here. So how recent is this album?
This is, it's been out for a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's called Peaks and Valleys. Cody Hall. It'll be available on your Facebook page.
It's,
To
there are
contact
links
you?
through it
Okay.
on Facebook page. CDs, there are only 100.
Okay.
I know how music works now. So I get CDs based on, if people want collectibles, I've got collectibles. So I got CDs and T-shirts this year. I'm so pumped. I
Oh,
got
nice.
T-shirts.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Great.
So catch me live for stuff like that, and then
Yeah.
look on Apple and Spotify.
And you sell the merch, these at your shows and
Yeah.
everything as well. So,
Yeah.
so if you are fortunate enough to catch a show of Cody Hall and his band, you'll be able to buy a CD. You can contact us through the station or him live as well. We'll hook you up if you send a message through Jess FM or DJB Entertainment. We'll get you in contact with Cody as well, okay?
Yeah, you bet.
So do that. So you got some great tracks on here, like one, Alberta Sky, Middle of Nowhere, Hooked, it's called Little Man. Why don't we do Alberta Sky?
Alberta Sky?
How's that sound on
Sounds
here?
good.
Alberta Sky, Cody Hall live from his new album Peaks and Valleys, live on Feel the Beat with DJB, Cody Hall to take us home.
Right on.
It's been years since I've been home. A distant memory that I forgot to hold. Don't they say that's where the heart is? I find that part to be the hardest. Home is loving you, yeah, it's where you are. Home is feeling the sun underneath the stars. Home is all I got, all I got to give. In this moment is how I wanna live. Hey, it's just you and I under clear Alberta sky. I see hills on the horizon. It means I'm getting close to you. The prairie sun in the east is rising, burning everything I do. Home is loving you, it's where you are. Home is feeling me, sun underneath the stars. Home is all I got, all I got to give. In this moment, this how I wanna live. Hey, it's just you and I. Hey, it's just you and I. 5 more miles and I'll be on that exit. 2 more laps and I'm standing on your doorstep. Home is loving you, it's where you are. Home is feeling the sun underneath the stars. Home is all I got, all I got to give. In this moment is how I wanna live. It's just you and I. Hey, it's just you and I. Under the clear out of the sky. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Awesome. Thank you, Cody.
Yeah, you bet.
That was great, Cody.
Thank
that
you.
one was called Alberta Sky. It's track number 2 off of Cody Hall Peaks and Valleys CD. Get it today. There's only 100 copies, he
That's
said.
right.
So
That's
if you
right.
want it, you better get one.
Come to a show Thursday.
Come to a
Thursday,
show
I'll be out
Thursday.
in Crow's Nest Pass actually. At the
Crow's Nest
market.
Pass, where at?
At the downtown market from, I believe it's 6 to 8 this coming Thursday.
Downtown Market in
Crow's Nest Pass.
Crow's Nest Pass
Yeah.
itself. Okay, cool.
It's
Right
actually
on.
really cool. Lots of traffic flying through and some really neat vendors and stuff. So,
Okay, great.
quick pitch.
So make sure you check out Cody Hall at Crow's Nest Pass. Cody Hall and his band, right?
Just
Or
me
just
this
you?
time. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just Cody Hall this time. Thank you for tuning in this morning to Feel the Beat with DJB. We appreciate you always tuning in here on Jess FM. Make sure today that you get out and get active today. Keep smiling. Be happy. Do something kind for somebody.
Yeah.
DJB out.